Hi you guys, how everybody doing? Spring is already here in Northern California. The magnolia haven't waken up yet. Spring Japanese maple already putting out nicely leaf. The topic today is about Monstera deliciosa in my mangoes. I am living in Northern California. Some of you see my video think I'm living in somewhere in tropical climate or somewhere in Florida, but it's not. We are gonna cover some of the misinformation and some of the confusing that people know about this plants, Monstera deliciosa, and people asking me what happened after the winter, what the plant look like, and I will take you over and to see it. Okay, so all this plant is protected by above canopy of the large trees, and I create a somewhat a food forest. So the section out here exposed to the cold wind, right? So this is what it look like after the winter, but it's still okay as long as it doesn't turn dark color or mushy. Then that means it will die back, and when the plant die back, it's not good. When it die back, that means it will reset to its new growth, and when it reset to its new growth, then it take longer time for the plant to fruit. Wanna protect the plant in the winter. You don't want it to have a cold weather damage the top or any part of the plant's stem. Eventually it fall off. I don't have to do anything. But then you see the plant still put out flower and still produce fruit. This color is still alive, all right? It doesn't look good, but it's still alive. It's still helping the plant to photosynthesis and produce food for the plants and help develop the fruit growth. If you grow for landscaping type of plants or you grow for foliage, then this is not a good looking leaf. But if you grow for like fruit production and landscaping at the same time, this is normal when the winter or when the weather have an impact on the plants. All I do is I just use the scissor. I cut this brown leaf off. You can watch my other video that I use scissor. I cut it. Don't cut straight. You go with the flow, and it look more natural. Or you just leave it and let Mother Nature do the work. Eventually, this leaf will be fall off and replace with the new leaf. See, you gotta replace with the new leaf coming up. See this one? That's a new leaf. Get ready to open up. All you can do is, if you have a lot of leaves, then you can reduce some of the damaged one. You go like this. See, you go like this. Go like that. Right. And you leave this petiole like this long, or you can cut it and let it fall off later on at the end. Don't cut too short, okay? Because when you cut too short, it can damage the stem. You don't want to damage stem. You just want to cut the petiole, okay? So you can cut out here and let this one fall off naturally. After winter, it's gonna look like this. And eventually all the leaf on the bottom we will replace with the new leaf. If you grow this plant in a tropical area where you have a warm weather, then the plant have more better looking leaf than where I am. However, Be extra careful, don't let the water stay on the leaf for all the time, and moisture hold up for all the time. It can grow all sort of fungus, and it can be a breeding ground for disease. I have seen people spray and do all sort of things to keep it humid. That can cause problem where rust fungus will be attacking the plants. The plants leaf like this one, people will know right away it's split leaf Philodendron, Monstera. They listed at the same time. They listed at the same name under commercial label, and but actually this and Philodendron, they are different species, and I have another video show you the differences, so you can look at it. And they were confused between the Philodendron and Monstera deliciosa. If somebody show you this fruit without having seen the plant yet, then you don't know what it is. Even though as of today, not many people know what it is, right? For most of us who are growing this plant, when we see this fruit, it's nothing new. We know right away it's Monstera deliciosa fruit. According to University of Florida, it was Monstera deliciosa fruit that they brought to the United States in 1874. So actually, this plant was introduced to United States as a fruit crop, but then it get popular with the ornamental purpose because of the beautiful leaf. A lot of us know this plant as a landscaping plant or a house plant. Back of the old day, when when the European discovered this wonderful plants, it's the people in the native land where this plant originate collect the fruit for food. Okay, it's not like they grow like us where we grow landscaping or house plant. As you know that this plant mainly they use for fruit in the native land. The good vine average to produce about 3 to 4 fruit. Sometimes only one fruit. All this fruit similar inside, but they are different time. They are different age. Let's take a look. This one is the oldest one. This one the oldest ones. See, this is the oldest one, and then next to is this one. Next to it, this one, and then this one. Next to it, this one and this one. Okay. Each of them flower different time, between 1 month up to 2 months, or sometime longer. Like this one, it take about over 2 months to have this flower, and it haven't opened yet, but it will be open. One vine you can have multiple fruit, but they are not the same age. So when you harvest the fruit, usually you only harvest one. Maximum you can harvest is 1 or 2 fruit. Because if you harvest too early, the fruit still ripening, but it doesn't taste good. You still have the itchiness in the flesh. So better wait for it to fully develop before you can harvest. From a mature fruit, when you harvest and you store it, it had a very short storage time. After you harvest, it takes about 2 or 3 days. It will ripen, and when it does ripen, it's ripen section by section. Some people force the fruit to be ripened the whole thing so they can eat like a corn. But the fact is it can be ripening the whole thing by cover the plastic bag for a few days. However, you only eat section at a time. When you eat the section at where you force it to ripen fast, then that section can have a very itchiness. So you only eat the section that where it ripening correctly. Even though it's all the scale fall off, when you force them to be ripening the whole fruit at the same time with a plastic bag. You can grow it on the ground. Let it run alongside of the ground like this one, and it still produce fruit. It doesn't have to be grow up tree or structure to produce fruit. As long you have a right environment, like I said, sunlight is very important, as well the environment. I don't use chemical fertilizer for my fruit plant. I use mostly is organic matter. You see, and let it decompose, and it's natural way of fertilizer your my Monstera deliciosa. It doesn't have a male and female plants separately. The Monstera deliciosa flower have both male and female part within the same flower. And female part open up different time. However, you don't need to do anything. It will set fruit by itself. Like this is already set fruit. This are not seeds, okay? This just the scale that outside to protect the fruit. It is not the seed. The seeds is inside the flesh. If it pollinate correctly, then it will have seeds. To grow for fruit to eat, then no need to have seeds. Let it naturally set fruit by itself. If you like to see what the seed look like, I have another video. You can take a look. When the fruit newly set, it will have this color, creamy white color like this. And then this one will be turned brown. The cover will be turned brown, and then the fruit will turn to darker color, greener color, and then the fruit get bigger and bigger. From this flower to this fruit, few months old, and from the flower to the mature fruit, it take about a year, sometimes a bit longer for the fruit to fully develop before you can harvest. This could be another reason why this fruit is not over supermarket, because harvest and storage it very tricky. You newly grow this plant, probably could take some time for you to get used to how to pick in the right way. See, this one have a very large leaf, but after its flower, it produce very small leaf. This is normal. I have seen this all the time. After this, it will be produce a normal leaf size again. This one, same thing. After its flower, set fruit, is produce small leaf. And this one is small leaf. And after it had a flower bud, it come out very small size leaf. This is normal how the plant grow when during and after flowering. So at first, when the young shoots coming out, they will produce a leafless petiole or stem, and then it continue to produce small leaf, and then after that it will produce a larger leaf. Right, but when the plant gets stressed, they can also produce small leaf. For example, if you cut this and you propagate it right away, then it will set back to the age, and the leaf will be smaller when it come out. As the plant grow mature and it had a good environment where it like to grow, naturally they will shoot out the young growth, the new shoot on the side. There's a lot of people try to do notching. They cut the piece of they cut the stem, and then they insert the piece of paper or plastic there, so the plant can activate the xylem. But the fact is by nature it just do by itself. You don't have to do anything. When the plant happy, they just produce young shoot. Here in just another example, when the plant grow big and happy where it's like to be, then it just produce younger shoot by itself. You don't need to do anything, all right? You don't have to do notching like other people do, because actually notching, that can cause the plant problem. I will go into talk more detail on what is notching and where it came from, so on, in another video. But like I said, you don't have to do anything. So the plant produce young shoot by itself. When it's happy and when it's mature enough, it will do it by itself. Want to propagate this young shoot, I suggest that you would layer it. Don't just cut and propagate it directly to the soil, because here the thing, this root is still an aerial root. So this root attached to the structure. For this example, they attach to trees and they can climb up the trees. And when they done doing that, they another set of root, which is this long root, aerial long root here. Yeah, and they will grow back to the soil. You see, it grow back to the soil to take up nutrient to help the plant grow more. I done this air layering back long time ago. Same time with the other cutting that I air layered. I cut it out. The root it not show up fast enough, so I leave it a little bit longer. While waiting for it to root, it just produce fruit and flowers. Now this air layer bag is not big enough to support the fruit and the top row. Have to redo this bag again. Maybe 2 or 3 times bigger bag than this. After over 21 years of growing and study this Monstera deliciosa species of plants, I hope my information would help you to know when, what, how about this Monstera deliciosa species of plants that produce amazing tasting fruit as well a beautiful looking leaf. This is how we learn directly from Mother Nature. Wishing you, your family and your plants are doing well throughout the year. Happy planting to you all. See you next time. Bye bye.